Imagine, if you will, the ability to journey through time, to alter history, to witness the future. But what if you could meet your past self? Picture this. There you are, standing face to face with a younger version of you. A version that's yet to experience all the joys, sorrows, victories, and defeats that life has thrown your way. What kind of conversation would ensue? What advice would you give? Yet an intriguing paradox unfolds. What if you change something, say something that alters the course of your past self's life? Wouldn't that change your present? A ripple effect, a butterfly flapping its wings in the past, could cause a hurricane in your present. This is the paradox of time travel, a journey not just through time but through the intricacies of cause and effect, decisions and consequences. A journey that could unravel the very fabric of reality as we know it. So, strap in as we delve into the mind-bending world of time travel. Scene script. Consider the butterfly effect. A small change in the past can lead to massive alterations in the future. In the intricate tapestry of time, each thread is interconnected, each moment influencing the next in a cascade of cause and effect. This is the concept of the butterfly effect, a theory in chaos science that suggests the flap of a butterfly's wings could, over time, cause a tornado on the other side of the world. Now let's imagine a time traveler, a well-intentioned explorer of the temporal realms. He steps into his machine and sets a course for the past with no intention of disturbing the fabric of time. But even the best intentions can yield catastrophic results when meddling with time. Our traveler arrives in the past, a world familiar yet alien, a world where his presence is an anomaly. He walks the streets, takes in the sights, and then he sees it. A child about to step into the path of a speeding carriage. Without thinking, he pulls the child back, saving a life and feeling a sense of accomplishment. But what he doesn't realize is the magnitude of his actions. Fast forward to the future. He steps out of his machine, expecting to return to the life he once knew. But something's off. The streets are different, the buildings unfamiliar. The people he once knew are strangers, and his own existence seems to have been erased. His act of heroism in the past has set off a chain of events that altered the course of history, creating a future where he doesn't exist. This is the danger of the butterfly effect in time travel. Even the smallest disturbance can lead to a ripple effect, altering the future in ways we can't predict. The past is a fragile thing, and each interaction, each change, no matter how minor, can have unforeseen consequences. As the future unrecognizably changed, our traveler found himself in a world he no longer knew. Imagine the isolation of a time traveler, forever a stranger in a different time. Welcome to the story of our lonely voyager, adrift on the tides of time. He's a wanderer, a nomad, never tethered to a single moment. His life is a continuous journey through the tapestry of existence, from the dawn of civilization to the farthest reaches of the future. But with this incredible journey comes a heart-wrenching solitude. Imagine, if you will, the disconnection he feels. He arrives in a new era, surrounded by the hustle and bustle of life, yet he is utterly alone. He walks among us but is not one of us. He's a specter, a ghost, forever doomed to observe but never truly participate. The people around him are but fleeting whispers, their stories as ephemeral as the moments he inhabits. He watches love stories bloom and wilt, empires rise and fall, innovations revolutionize worlds, only to be replaced by the next big thing. He's a spectator to the grand play of life, yet he himself has no role to play. He's seen the best of humanity, the worst of it, and everything in between. Yet he can share these experiences with no one. He carries with him 1,000 lifetimes of knowledge, wisdom, and memories that no one else can comprehend. Our traveler has seen the world change, transform, evolve, and yet he remains constant. He's a relic, a living artifact, a man out of time. His existence is a paradox, a contradiction. He's everywhere and nowhere, always present yet perpetually absent. In the grand scheme of things, he's a solitary figure, moving through the ages like a shadow. He's seen the world in all its glory and all its despair, yet he is an outsider, detached from the ebb and flow of life. He is a silent observer, watching the world move around him, yet never truly being a part of it. In a sea of familiar faces, our traveler was the ultimate stranger. What if you knew the future, but couldn't change it? Imagine the weight of this burden, the relentless torment of knowing what's to come, yet being powerless to alter the course of events. This is the excruciating reality of our time traveler. He sees the world in a way no one else does. Privy to the secrets of tomorrow, next month, next decade. He knows of the calamities, the heartbreaks, the tragedies yet to unfold, and with each step forward in time, A piece of him shatters. For what good is knowledge if it serves only to torment? What purpose does it serve if it can't be wielded to mend, to heal, to prevent? He is the ultimate bystander, constantly watching the world crumble, yet forever unable to intervene. This is the peril of knowledge, the unseen agony of time travel. With knowledge came torment. Our traveler was a prisoner of the future. Imagine the chaos if the secret of time travel fell into the wrong hands. Now let's delve into a suspenseful tale, where the ability to traverse time isn't held by a benevolent scientist or a curious explorer, but instead by malicious forces with sinister intentions. Picture a world where time travel isn't just a theoretical concept but a reality. A reality that's been discovered by a clandestine organization operating in the shadows. Their motives are unclear, but one thing is certain: they are not using this newfound power for the greater good. With the ability to manipulate time, they could rewrite history to fit their narrative, uproot civilizations before they even had a chance to bloom, or wipe out entire timelines, leaving nothing but a void in their wake. They could control the flow of information, ensuring only their version of events survived. The potential for harm is unfathomable. The terrifying reality is that, in this scenario, we wouldn't even be aware of their interference. Our memories would be altered with each shift in the timeline, leaving us oblivious to the changes. We'd be living in a world tailored to their whims, none the wiser to the immense power controlling our fate. Who could challenge them? When the enemy controls time itself, what hope does a resistance have? Any rebellion could be snuffed out before it even began, its leaders erased from existence. With time as their weapon, they could create a reality where they are unchallenged, unopposed, supreme. Yet even in this bleak scenario, there's a glimmer of hope. Just as the secret of time travel was discovered once, it could be discovered again. And perhaps the next discoverer would use this power to right the wrongs, to restore the timelines, to fight back against the shadowy organization. But the danger remains. Time travel isn't just a tool, it's a weapon. A weapon that, in the wrong hands, could cause destruction on an unimaginable scale. As we continue to explore the concept of time travel, we must heed this cautionary tale. With time as their weapon, they could control everything. What if time travel is not as controllable as we think? That's a question that sends a shiver down the spine of any sci-fi enthusiast. Imagine being a passenger in a vehicle that has no brakes, no steering wheel, and no clear destination. That's the essence of uncontrollable time travel. You see, when we fantasize about time travel, we picture ourselves at the helm, choosing our timelines, our destinations. We imagine stepping into a machine, setting a date, and arriving precisely when we intended. But what if that's not the case? What if time travel is like being caught in a riptide, pulled along by a force much greater than ourselves, a force that doesn't care about our plans or desires? What if we're just leaves caught in the stream of time, tossed about with no control over our destination? And consider this. Even if we could choose when to go, who's to say we could choose where? Imagine stepping out of your time machine and finding yourself not in your hometown, but in the heart of a dense alien jungle, or worse, in the cold emptiness of space. What if, in the end, we're not the masters of time, but its servants? What if we're at the mercy of its whims, helpless to do anything but follow where it leads? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? Our traveler was not a master of time, but its servant. Consider the physical toll of time travel on the human body. Imagine, if you will, a time traveler, let's call him John. John, an adventurous spirit, has spent years skipping across centuries, witnessing civilizations rise and fall, exploring historical events firsthand, and marveling at the wonders of the future. Ah, what a life, you might say. Yet the price to pay is steep. John has begun to feel an unknown illness creeping into his body. It started subtly, a minor headache here, a bout of nausea there. He brushed it off as the side effects of his temporal voyages. But soon, the symptoms escalated. His vitality started to drain, the color from his face faded, and his once vibrant eyes now held a weary look. He visited countless medical experts spanning centuries and galaxies. None could diagnose his condition. His symptoms didn't match any known disease. The only common denominator was his frequent time travel. This is where our story takes a dark turn. John's condition worsened. He was now caught in a relentless cycle of fatigue, pain, and confusion. His body was failing him, deteriorating at an alarming rate. He was trapped in a race against time, a race he was losing. He reached out to fellow time travelers, hoping to find someone who had experienced similar symptoms and found a cure. But his search was futile. It seemed he was alone in his suffering. One might wonder, Was this the universe's way of maintaining balance, an inherent system to prevent the abuse of time travel? Or was it simply the human body's inability to withstand the physical strain of jumping through time? In the end, John was left with more questions than answers. His once thrilling journey across time turned into a painful struggle for survival. He was a pioneer, a trailblazer in the realm of time travel, but he was also its first casualty. Time was his greatest adventure and his deadliest enemy. Despite its dangers and risks, the allure of time travel remains irresistible. It's a concept that has gripped our collective imagination for centuries. The tantalizing idea of stepping into a machine, turning a dial, and emerging in a different era is a concept that's hard to shake off. We've delved into the paradoxes, the unforeseen consequences, the loneliness, the perils of knowledge, the danger of discovery, the uncontrollable power, and the time sickness. Each of these aspects presents a chilling glimpse into the potential hazards of time travel. Yet despite these risks, we remain captivated by the possibilities. It's that human spirit, that innate curiosity that keeps us pushing the boundaries of the known and venturing into the unknown. Time travel is not just about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about the thrill of discovery, the quest for knowledge, the challenge of the impossible. It's about rewriting history, shaping the future, and transcending the confines of our mortal existence. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. The power to traverse time should not be taken lightly. It's not a mere plaything but a tool that could shape or shatter the very fabric of our reality. In the end, the call of time echoes in all of us, a siren song that promises the ultimate adventure. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel, smash that like button and ring the notification bell for more exciting content.